topic. Some people find it to be a touchy subject, and we're talking about the interracial dating, right? Um, I've talked about this many times, and as a black man who I've dated a lot of women, period. Yeah. Within my community, outside my community, I think I do have a very good range of experiences, and I am somebody who is qualified to talk about interracial dating, but I really want to get you people's opinions on interracial dating, because it seems everybody's got an opinion. Everybody thinks that they're right. And I think it's a very interesting subject, to be honest with you. Um, Again, I'm somebody who has dated a lot of women in my life. At the beginning of my journey dating, I only dated within my community. Yeah, I only dated black girls. I didn't really know what to say to girls of other ethnic groups. I didn't really know what to say. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, and familiarity always breeds attraction, because you feel more comfortable with people that are from the same background or culture as you. Do you get what I'm saying? Um, but I was never like, oh, I'm against interracial dating. I was never one of those people. It's just I was just familiar with my own, and that's what it was like. Do you get what I'm saying? It wasn't until uh, probably late teenage years that's when I got my first experience doing interracial dating, and you know I quickly realized that pretty much all women want the same things. They want a guy that's got charisma, they want a guy that's attractive, they want a guy that has a plan, and so from that point there, it was just like, I don't really see color. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, I'd always been around people from different backgrounds. Like growing up in Southeast London, I'd always been around different people. Always in like a multicultural environment, and I'm so happy that I kind of lived that way. Do you get what I'm saying? Even though in my area it was predominantly black people, I always seemed to have a range of different friends from different backgrounds, and I'm so grateful that I had that, because a lot of times many people are very narrow-minded. They're very ignorant to other ways of living, other people's experiences, and I was just never one of those people. Do you get what I'm saying? But yeah, I think that this is an interesting subject. I'm somebody who has been I've been labeled as a black guy that, oh, he only likes white girls, which is something that's totally untrue. Um, just because a black guy dates women outside of his community doesn't necessarily mean that he doesn't want to date women within his community. You find attractive who you find attractive, and I think everybody should be allowed to have preferences. I think there's a lot of hypocrisy when the topic of interracial dating comes up, especially when it is pertaining to who black men date specifically. Like, everybody's got an opinion when it's talking about who black men are dating, and I think that that is very unfair, because every other group is allowed to do whatever they want to do. They don't get much backlash from anybody in their community or outside the community, but black men specifically will get a lot of backlash, which is absolutely crazy for that. Absolutely crazy, absolutely unfair. A lot of the people who will attack black men will be straight up hypocrites, because if people in within their own demographic do interracial dating, then there's no problem. They don't have nothing to say. But as soon as a black man does it, oh, everybody's got something to say. Everyone's gonna start calling him names, etc., etc. And it's so stupid. Do you get what I'm saying? But I really want to get you guys' opinions on this. Do you think interracial is something you agree with, or do you think it's something you disagree with? And also in the comments after this live stream, I really want to get conversations. I really want to hear what people think about it. Um, Again, I think that the reality is in this world, most people are going to stick with their own group because that's what's familiar. That's what is, the easiest progression. Do you get what I'm saying? Um, Hold on, let me get rid of you. And the funny thing is about these live streams, I get a lot of trolls. The trolls love coming in by force, but we're still gonna push forward, guys. And everybody, please like the video. There's a lot of you watching already, so all of you like the video. If you're watching this on the playback, like the video. Don't ever forget to do that. All right. All right. So yeah. Hold on, I gotta get rid of more people. Just write rubbish things. But yeah, so my take is this: like, this life is already very, very difficult. Do you get what I'm saying? It's very, very difficult. Just finding somebody that you like, that likes you, is already hard enough. Do you get what I'm saying? Finding somebody that you like, that likes you, is hard enough. So it's like, to now put another restriction on people to say, oh, you should only date people in your own community. It's like, bro, the reality is that the likelihood of you, first of all, the likelihood of you finding someone that you find attractive and finds you attractive is low, especially if you're talking about in the Western world, when the average woman doesn't find the average man attractive. The average woman doesn't want to be with the average man. So we know in this time in history that being an average man already puts you at a severe disadvantage. Whether you have not won the genetic lottery, you may be a guy who is on the shorter side. You may be a guy who's not very, attractive in the face. Uh, you just don't have the physical attributes that many women find attractive. So that could be a very, very big disadvantage for you. Then the other aspect is, in this life, is perceived that as a man you need to be very, very financially successful, and it's just not feasible for everybody to be millionaires. It's not feasible for everybody to be winning financially. It's just not. Big up to Az for the super chat, or AZ. He says, bro, 304s date who they want. So the idea of them judging people, taking it seriously, is hilarious. Yeah, this is the thing. And this is what I was saying. There's a big hypocrisy that goes on, especially pertaining to black men, when the issue of interracial dating is brought up. Again, and I'm somebody who's experienced it myself, and I'm sure a lot of you black guys watching, you've experienced it yourselves. If you've experienced it, press one in the chat, let me know, interact. Yeah. But you know that as a black guy, you'll get judgment and you'll get shamed by people within your own community, the men and the women. And then uh you'll face a lot of racial slurs from particularly non-black men from outside your community. Especially if you're with a non-black woman who is attractive. Yeah. A lot of times, a lot of non-black men, the ones that care anyway, because a lot of non-black men don't care. Do you get what I'm saying? But the ones that do, that have a problem with it, they will be especially upset if, the woman is attractive. If the woman is like not attractive, maybe she doesn't have the best looking face, or she she doesn't have the best build, like body type, then they won't really care. Do you get what I'm saying? But if she's a good looking woman now there's an issue. Now you get in the stares. Like, do you know what I mean? And it's weird. It's real. It's real like that. Um, you may get called a sellout. You know, whether the non-black woman's good looking or not, you'll get called a sellout. You know, by people in your own community. And as I said, like, this life is already difficult. Just to find somebody that you find attractive and they find you attractive is already very, very difficult. So it's crazy. Big up D and DZ for the super chat. He says, bro, what are your thoughts on Rajar Jackson? All right, I'm gonna get onto that subject real quick since you hit the super chat, and I appreciate it. Yeah. Um, I saw the video of this Rajar Jackson and how he basically attacked this wrestler, and I was just like in shock when I saw it, especially as a guy who trains to fight myself. Um, you really shouldn't use these techniques or use this kind of thing on normal people, or especially it's very, very crazy how this happened, because obviously the wrestler didn't know what was happening. He had no clue what was going on, and he basically just jumped in the ring and attacked the guy, and he was really malicious. These other wrestlers was trying to hold him back, and he was fighting them to try and finish the man off, and it was just like, what is going on here, bro? Like, this is this is crazy. This is a crime right now. Like, do you know what I mean? So, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if he gets prosecuted for that. And like, I don't really feel sorry for him, really. Like, I don't really feel sorry for him. Like, why would you jump in the ring and attack a guy like that? Like the guy, you're not meant to be doing this. Like, what are you doing? Like, if you're a trained fighter, you should be fighting other trained fighters, not some civilian. Like, do you get what I'm saying? I don't understand it. So that was just weird. But anyway, let me get back to the real topic of this live stream. Yeah. Um. And again, if I catch you trolls saying stuff, I will block you. So just know I will block you. All right. Yeah. So yeah, black men, we get the most scrutiny for doing interracial, and it's like, it's just weird. And what I've noticed is that a lot of times as a black man, if you're doing interracial, many times, I'm not saying every time, but many times, you may have been one of those black guys that women in your own community did not view as an option. They may have not really wanted to be with you. They didn't want to date you. They didn't find you attractive. You wasn't cool enough. You didn't have the personality that typically is seen to be attractive for a black man, etc., etc. And then, you may have tried to date women within your community. They've rejected you. So now you've branched out. You've branched out to go and see if you can find a mate elsewhere. And I've known a lot of black guys that are like that. Yeah, a lot of black guys that they don't have the stereotypical black male attributes going on, whether it's physically or in terms of personality and that. And they've found their partner in other communities. And in my opinion, it would be totally unfair for anyone to call them a sellout or call them any kind of name, because they're just going where they fit in, or they found somebody that appreciates them. And at the end of the day, life is difficult. So if you can find somebody that honestly, genuinely appreciates you, then there should be no issue. There should be no problem, especially when those people who have a problem with you doing interracial dating didn't want to date you anyway. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, if there's a certain group of women that don't want to date you, and they think you're a square or you're lame or you're unattractive, they shouldn't have a problem with whoever is willing to date you. They shouldn't have a problem with you dating other people. They should just leave you to it and just, that's it. Like, do you know what I mean? It would be different if it's a situation where the guy, he is highly sought after by women in his own community, and he voices very derogatory points of view of why he does interracial dating. Then I can understand why he would get backlash, you know. But what I've noticed is that, and let me get this clear. There are some guys that unfairly talk poorly of women in the black community. Um, I think there's some guys that think that non-black women are a prize. They think that non-black women are, it's not even to do with looks. They always like to go on about personality, but I'll tell you now from straight up, bro, like women are women, bro. Like I've dated a lot of women from different backgrounds, and I'm not saying that to brag, I'm just saying it because it is the truth, right? And bro, you can get a white woman that's got bad attitude, mixed race woman with bad attitude, black woman with bad attitude, bro. Like you just got to treat people case to case basis. It's not fair to lump everybody into one category and just it's just not, you can't do that because human beings are different, people are different, right? um but that's just my mindset towards it. I would never say I don't date this or I don't date that, like, because you never know who you might come across in life. Like, do you get what I'm saying? um Big up to AZ for another super chat. Big up to you, bro. He says, I haven't heard one logical argument on why 304s are worth being with, considering how insufferable they are. Oh, okay. You talk about within the community. At the end of the day, bruv, there's 304s in all communities, and this is what I'm saying, bruv. Like you can get bad eggs in every basket, bro. There are bad eggs in every basket, fam. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, and I don't really think any basket, in terms of like potential of meeting a bad egg, I don't think you've got a better chance if you date outside necessarily. I literally don't, because like I look at it like this, yeah. There's certain like bad or negative traits in all groups, but they may not necessarily be the exact same negative traits. Do you get what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is you might have two communities, yeah? Women from two communities. Now, community A, a lot of the women may have, I don't know, they might be argumentative, right? In the first community. But then in the second community, the women may be very materialistic. See, both those two things are problems, but it doesn't mean that one is necessarily better than the other. It's different types of problems, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, press one in the chat if you get what I'm saying, bro. It's different types of problems. So again, two communities, right? Two communities. Community one, the women are argumentative. So that can be a headache. Like you're dealing with a woman who's always arguing, always arguing, always arguing. Yeah. Or, okay, all right, cool. I don't want to deal with those women. They're too argumentative. So you go and date women from the second community. Now, those women are materialistic. They just want money. They just want a man to waste money on them consistently, consistently, consistently. Like, bruh. Like, you gotta think. Is one community better than the other? Or is it a factor of women just bring turbulence in general? It's like pick your poison at the end of the day. What can you tolerate? What can you manage? Like, do you know what I mean? I don't think it's smart to be like, oh, I'm gonna pick that one. That one's better. Is it actually better necessarily, or is it just different types of problems? Do you get what I'm saying? Because to me, that looks like a problem on both sides, bro. Like, do you get what I'm saying? So that's why you have to treat people as individual on an individual basis. That's the smartest thing I would say. Do you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I think that a lot of times, guys, I I gotta say this. I think a lot of times guys look at or listen to what they hear on social media on the internet a bit too much. Like, I know women do, definitely women do, but I think guys do it a lot too. They listen to what is said by various different people online, and then maybe they've experienced it, once or twice in their real life. So now they hold on to this opinion that, oh, all these ones are like this, all these girls are like that, and it's just like, it's not all, it's never all in it. Like, a smart person knows that there was always exceptions to everything. Do you get what I'm saying? And a smart person should know that not everything you hear on the internet is 100% accurate. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, and it's always best to live in the real world. You know what I'm saying? So we got AZ for another super chat. He says the 304s that are least desired worldwide. Yeah, but so what though? What does that mean? What does that got to do with you personally? Because if you date, you might be one of the men that find a woman in your community and she's a perfect wife for you. She's a perfect girlfriend and she turns into a perfect wife and she's good for you. Like, you going on about the 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 people in the community, in your community, that are not desirable or whatever. I mean, what's that got to do with anything, bro? You know what I'm saying? What has that got to do with anything? You gotta think, like, you gotta think about it. And let's get the likes up on the video, man. Even if you're a troll, get the likes up on the video, bro. Let's get the likes up on that. But yeah, I just find that it's funny that interracial dating is such a popular topic on my channel, and that people have 101 different opinions about it, when really and truly, to me, it's not even that deep. It's not even that big a deal like that. It really ain't. Um, Again, this whole dating landscape, especially in the Western world, is already upside down, bro. And it's not a wise thing for any man, in my opinion, to try and restrict himself to, I only date this color. And it's just like, bro, like, good luck. Good luck, bro. Good luck. So we got to AZ again. He says that debunks everything you're saying about it not being specific issue with them. You're basically denying data. I'm not denying anything, bruv. I'm not denying anything. It doesn't matter because, bro, like, I don't see, like, I don't care what other people think about other demographics or what the statistics say in general. Most people don't like this or most people don't like that. Bro, it doesn't matter what they like. It matters what you like as a individual. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, why I'm not going to live my life by what some survey says, some survey from Tinder. Do you get what I'm saying? I don't even care. Like, I'll be real with you. I'll be real with you, yeah? I've gone on Tinder and I've been just completely ignored by a lot of women on Tinder. Yeah. Now, does that mean that that black men are the least desired physically in on the planet? Because according to that data, from my own experience, that would show that, wouldn't it? But guess what? When I go out in the real world, I do get a lot of love from women. I do. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's just like, I do understand what where you're coming from, and the I do understand why the data may reflect a certain way, and I do understand the opinions of many men out there. But at the end of the day, you can still go and date outside your community and meet bad eggs. And that's it, bro. Like, if you walk around thinking that this race of women are the best and blah blah blah, bro, you're gonna get a rude awakening, bro. You're gonna get a rude awakening. And I'm telling you, as a guy that's done interracial dating a lot with good looking non-black women, I'm telling you, bro, like, you you will quickly find out that, yeah, it may not be the same problems as within your community, but there's problems with them as well. Do you get what I'm saying? And that's what I'm trying to get through to, like, in this little conversation. We got AZ again. He says, my point is it matches a lot of our experience with them. Yeah, but at the same time, you're never gonna meet all. Do you get what I'm saying? You're never going to meet all. And there's a lot of factors as well that come into your experience. It's like, okay, what type of women are you going for within your community? What location are you in? Do you get what I'm saying? What's the environmental pressures like? What's the environmental influences like? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's just, it is what it is. It is what it is. Obviously, I could see from your currency in your super chats, you're talking from America. Now, in my opinion, America is, you know, it's a very, very America's Babylon, bro, to me. Yeah. And I lived in America for a substantial amount of time. I dated women in America for, and I had a lot of friends, and my friends would tell me their experiences with women in the States. And bro, like, American women, bro, black and white or whatever. Yeah. Like, it's the culture, the whole culture is just not, it's going to be very difficult to find wifey material there. Do you get what I'm saying? So if you're a guy and you're only dating within your community, yes, you're gonna have a lot of bad experiences. If you date outside your community, I think you're still gonna have a lot of bad experiences as well. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, especially the better looking the woman is, because, as I said, the average woman doesn't want to be with the average man out there. Then a lot of the women in America, and again, whenever I say a lot, I'm not saying all, but I'm saying a lot of them are very superficial, hyper materialistic, very independent. They don't need no man. They want to be with a millionaire. They want to be with a guy that's super tall and super attractive and blah blah blah. And at the same time, they probably got a roster of up 5 other guys that they're talking to. And so it's just like, it's a very difficult thing to manage or to maneuver. You know what I mean? But I'm sure in America there are decent women out there that, that are genuine and caring and blah blah blah. If I was forced to live in America, I wouldn't be like, I totally am gonna avoid American women. Obviously not. Do you get what I'm saying? Even though some guys are like that, some guys in America are like, I don't date American women at all. I wouldn't be like that if I was there. But obviously, because I'm not there, I can, confidently say I just don't see myself dating American women ever again. And I've done it. I've done it. I've been through it. Don't really see myself doing it anymore. Again, I'm sure there are decent American women out there, but it's just a lot. It's just a lot. So in that sense, I can understand why there are some men, especially from my community, who may be like, oh, you know what, I'm done. I'm dating interracial. But I just think that you're limiting yourself, and you're limiting yourself, and the danger is because you're thinking that the grass is greener on the other side, and there's going to be no problems and no issues on the other side. There's only problems and issues within your community, and that's just not true. It's not true, bro. I'm telling you, it's not true. 100% it's not true. Right? Bad Having a bad attitude doesn't have a color. It's not specific to one community. Hold on. So I said stop lying. What am I lying about? Blocked. It's just not true to think that, like, a bad attitude is specific to one demographic of women, or the boss B mindset, or I don't need a man mindset. Because, bro, when you go on TikTok and you go on Instagram or wherever on YouTube, and you hear a lot of these modern women saying a lot of these kind of misandrist talking points, etc., etc., it's not just women from one community, it's women from all different communities, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? And someone said, are we talking about Rajar Jackson? Bro, you can see the title of the video, you can see the thumbnail. Why would we be talking about some guy? Like, why would we be talking about Rajar Jackson? Like, why don't you, like, think? You know what I'm saying? Like, why would we be talking about that specifically when the thumbnail and the title specifically says what we're talking about? That's so weird. But anyway, moving on. Um, okay, so Sean says, but certain women have certain traits, like they are trained to be wives. What do you thinking? Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. Like, you say that as somebody that lives in the West. Yeah. Now, as I said, I think the West, a lot of the mindsets and ideas that are prevalent amongst women these days, which kind of steer them away from being wives. I think a lot of it starts in America and spreads out, you know, um, and then, in like Eastern countries, the women are more submissive. They're basically more wifey material women. Um, I don't think it's specific to a community, bro. I just don't think so. And as I said, I've done interracial dating. Like, you lot need to understand. Like, you're not talking to a guy that hasn't done it. I've done it a lot. Do you get what I'm saying? I've done it a lot, and bro, there's problems. You cannot escape by you going, I'm gonna do interracial dating, and you think you're gonna escape scot-free. You're not gonna have no problems, no issues. The woman or the girl is not gonna bring you some headache in one way or another. Bro, you're very, very delusional if you think that. Very delusional, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. You're very delusional if you think that. Women are women, bro. You get what I'm saying? Now, do I think that there are certain issues within my community that are unique to my community? Hell yeah. Absolutely. They, like, the black community has, especially the black community outside of Africa, yeah, in terms of the West, in white predominant countries, yeah, we have specific issues in general, and then we have specific issues that arise between genders because of the societal pressures and expectations that have been, influenced on us and have been, inflated. Do you get what I'm saying? And a lot of times we are ethnic minorities in countries, and then we are comparing ourselves to the other communities of men and women, and it's not really a fair thing because we're playing a different game to them. Like, for instance, let me give you an example. A lot of times as a black man, you may be compared to white men, whether you're in America or you're in England, right? The black women may compare you as a black man to white men and say, oh, um, why aren't you doing what the white man is doing in his community? Why are you not doing it in your community? Why are you not being leaders? Why are you not making enough money? Why are you not doing this? Why are you not doing that? Right? But what they're failing to realize is that we're playing a different game. We're starting the game from a different position. And the kind of obstacles that he may face in a predominantly white country, we're not gonna face, and vice versa. Do you get what I'm saying? So, and then obviously for the women are being socialized and influenced and basically treated different to the non-black women, the white women in a predominantly white country. So it's a lot of times we have to kind of have a good understanding of the sociology of the thing. If you don't understand the sociology, you don't understand the social engineering aspects of these things, then you will be very ignorant, you'll be very narrow-minded. That's when you start to make certain judgment calls, and sometimes you can be inaccurate. I'm not saying you're going to be totally inaccurate, and there could be some validity to what you're saying, but I think sometimes we don't have a good understanding. We haven't really looked at the full picture, yeah, and then we kind of make quick judgment, flash judgments on each other, and I think that's not fair. Do you get what I'm saying? It's not fair. So AZ again, hold on. AZ with another super chat. He says, I honestly don't understand how weave is acceptable to any man. Bro, I mean, I get that. You don't like weave, but it is what it is, bro. If you don't like it, then don't deal with it. If you do, if it's something you can deal with, then deal with it. Do you get what I'm saying? And AZ says it's specific to our community. I mean, bro, let me let you into another little piece of truth. Women from other communities wear uh hair extensions, and they wear clippings and stuff like that. There were a lot of times women from other communities are wearing other people's hair as well. So it is what it is. Like, personally, I would say that I would prefer to be with a woman with natural hair because I have natural hair. Like, do you get what I'm saying? I don't really think that it's a positive thing to wear like fake hair. I don't think that's a positive thing. Even, to be honest with you, there's guys doing it now. There's black guys that are wearing fake hair. Do you get what I'm saying? They're literally, because they want to have dreads so bad. Yeah, they want to look like they've got long hair so bad that they're actually sewing in fake hair as well. So, bruh, it's just mad all the way around, to be honest. And yo, if you haven't done so, please like the video. Don't forget to do that. Big up as again for another super chat. He says, I don't think people think they won't be issues with others. The point is, women are just the worst. We have to admit it and stop making excuses. Or nobody's making it, bro. Like, I'm not making excuses, bro. I'm just saying it how it is. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, you're agreeing that there's issues with all women, regardless of what community they come from, and that we agree on. Yeah. And in your opinion, you're saying the women in your community are worse. That's fair for you to say because that's your opinion, that's your experience. But in my experience, I'd say you can find good in each community and you can find bad in each community. So you can't really argue what I'm saying, really, because you have to be able to agree that there has to be good women in your community as well. It's not 100%, bro. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Now, if you feel that, there's so many bad ones in your community that you can't be bothered to look for a good one, then that's your prerogative to do that, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna just be like, oh, all are bad. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna do it because I don't believe in it. I don't believe that. Do you get what I'm saying? I don't believe all are bad. There's never all in anything. Do you get what I'm saying? And I'm not making excuses for anybody. I'm just saying it how it is. As an ethnic minority, no matter what ethnic minority you're talking about, we are going to have unique pressures, obstacles, and social engineering that is going to be different to the majority in that environment. That I don't see how you're going to be able to argue that. That's not an excuse. That's just reality and facts. Do you get what I'm saying? And that's it. That's all I'm saying. Um, and then AZ's gone back to talking about weave. I mean, bro, like at the end of the day, if you don't like weave, don't deal with it. Simple. Like, do you get what I'm saying, bro? There's, bro. When I was in America, I had a black girl, yeah, and she didn't have weave. Period. So I don't know what else to tell you. I had a black girlfriend when I was in the States. She didn't wear weave, and the one time she did put in the weave and that, I told her that I didn't want her to wear it. She took it out. Boom, bam. That was it. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I wouldn't make all my decisions, dating decisions, or potential dating decisions based on hair, weave, and stuff like that. Do you get what I'm saying? I wouldn't make that, you know. Oh, because of weave, I'm gonna never date this community, bro. Like, not everybody in that community wears weave. I think that's, you know what I'm saying. Az said, okay, name uh that female rapper in any other community, bro. Like, you really like reaching for reasons why you don't like women from your own community, bro. Like, okay, let me give you an example. Yeah, you want to talk about women from other communities being so great. What about all these women from other communities that do corn? Do you get what I'm saying? You want to talk about female rapper? Okay, cool. What about all these women from other communities and they do corn and they do it prolifically, bruv? So does that mean that I would never ever date a woman from another community because a lot of women do corn? That doesn't make sense, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, that wouldn't really make sense. So I don't know, bro. I don't know if that's really yeah. I don't know. But I do want to talk about some truths on the other side of it. Yeah, on the other side of interracial dating. Yeah, a lot of black guys, they watch a lot of corn. Yeah, and in corn, they like to depict interracial. They like to have, the big buff black guy, with his BBC, and he's just sleeping with all these um attractive, non-black women, white women, you know, Asian women, etc., etc. And a lot of black guys like that. Do you get what I'm saying? They buy into that idea, that little fantasy, and they want to live it out in real life. Yeah. Um and bruv, it's not real, bro. They're getting paid to do that. Those women are getting paid to sleep with those black guys, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, they're getting paid to do that. Like, now, when you go out in the real world, like, do you typically see, and if you do, shout out where you live in the world. Shout out where you live, yeah? But do you see the typical average black guy with a stunning non-black woman? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, and be very, very specific when you think of these examples. When I say an average black guy, is he like, maybe 5'8", 5'9"? He's not especially handsome like that. He's not especially well built. He's not, flaunting his wealth. He's not wearing bust down chains and watches and stuff like that. He just looks very simple, very basic, very just normal. And then he's got some really, really attractive non-black woman. And a lot of times you'll be exaggerating on the looks of some of these women, in these interracial relationships with black guys, when really and truly a lot of these women are just average at best, right? Do you see that very often? Do you really see the average black guys with really exceptional looking non-black women? I would say no. Personally, I don't see that very often. Because the vast majority of women want to date men in their own group. And that's the truth. That is the absolute truth. Big up to AZ for another super chat. He says, corn isn't a culture. Sexy red is a culture. Bro, sexy red is not my culture, bro. I don't know. If sexy red is your culture, that's sad, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? I know what you mean. I know what you mean by that. It is popular media, but at the same time, that same media is influencing women of other communities as well. Trust me, bro, there's women from other communities that like Sexy Red, that know all of her lyrics, bro. So if you want to believe that and you just have some like vendetta against women from your own community, I mean, that's your prerogative, but I'm not going to agree with you. And that's it. Like, as says, most black guys date Latinas and they prefer blacks. Is it? I don't know about that. And again, even if you say that, even if you think that to be true, right? Are all of those women like top tier attractive women? And are those black guys plain average black guys? That's the question, because I mean, it's all well and good if you're using all of these examples and it's black guys dating mid women from other communities. I just don't see that as something to really brag about, to be honest. It's not something to brag about. It depends. Do you get what I'm saying? And really and truly, again, I think a lot of black guys, and sounds like you're probably American. A lot of black guys, because there's this such a strong desire to date out, a lot of times they will kind of exaggerate the truth about their interracial experiences or their interracial options. They'll exaggerate it, in my opinion. As says, it's not a vendetta. We just got to stop capping. We've been capping for generations and it's not working. To be honest, I don't think black guys cap about anything these days. I think you don't have to go far on social media to hear black men airing their opinions on dating in their community. I don't think there's no cap no more, to be honest. I don't think no one's capping, bro. I'm definitely not capping. I never said that, oh, black guys, you must date in your own community. I never started talking like Dr. Umar. I'm just keeping it real. Like, I'm not going to come out here and tell black guys that, oh yeah, dating within your community is bad, like da 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 da. I'm absolutely not gonna say that. Like, maybe that's what you want to hear, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna say that. And again, I'm speaking as a guy that has dated in and outside my community a lot with decent looking women, bro. Like, you're not talking to some pipsqueak guy. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, so that's what it is, my bro. That's what it is. Yeah. Um, yeah. Like, I don't know if the rest of you lot agree. I think black guys do air their opinions about dating within their community, and black guys do talk about what they don't like and why they date interracial. So that's it. But anyway, back to the reality of interracial dating. Um, most non-black women want to date within their own group. They want to date their own men, primarily and predominantly. Do you get what I'm saying? Especially the ones that are the more attractive ones. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, because you got to understand, women want to be accepted. They want their group to accept them. They don't want to feel ostracized. Right? That's the key. You need to understand about this whole thing. Women want to feel accepted. They want to be part of the community. They want to be part of a group. They feel vulnerable when they are maybe ostracized or outcasted or perceived to be, going against the grain. They don't like that. You know what I'm saying? It's real like that. Big up to Incog Spectator for the super chat. He says, I don't know. I would think a community that likes to commonly refer to themselves as kings and queens or whatever, they wouldn't constantly act the part of those that are below them. They'd make a standard. Oh, let me read that up again. So Incog says, I don't know. I would think a community that likes to commonly refer to themselves as kings and queens or whatever, they wouldn't constantly act the part of those that are below them. They'd make a standard. You see the issue again, yeah? When you're dealing with a community which is an ethnic minority in a predominantly white country, yeah, it's different to talking about that same said community when they are in their own nation. Do you get what I'm saying? Where they're the majority. Do you get what I'm saying? Because when you are an ethnic minority, you are gonna face a certain level of social engineering that's going to install an inferiority complex. And then so you're gonna try and battle that by calling yourself kings and queens. Yeah. But at the same time, you have this inferiority complex because you are not the main population. To a certain degree, the majority of people in that nation, they may not respect you. They probably look down at you. They don't give you equal representation, and you're probably being undermined you probably feel undermined in that environment. Do you get what I'm saying? So there may be a false sense of I wouldn't say false sense, but you may as an ethnic minority, you may feel like you need to boost yourself up and give yourself kind of verbal inspiration or motivation and make yourself feel like, yes, I am important and stuff like that, and say things like, yeah, I'm a king, I'm a queen, I'm a boss, I'm this, I'm that, like, and at the same time, you're being socially engineered to destroy yourselves. Do you get what I'm saying? And it's obviously it's a very difficult problem, because no matter what you do or what the majority of people are gonna be influenced by society, by the media, and what is perceived to be popular. So if degenerate, if the culture which you've been given and been allowed to have in a non-black country is degenerate, sorry, I can't even say it, degenerate, then the majority of people are going to believe that, yeah, that's cool, that's popular, that's funny, that's entertaining. Let's kind of hold on to that because it's popular. And it's really bad, to be honest. That's why I talk out against how I believe a lot of times music can be very, very destructive. Um, how movies can be very, very destructive. How we have people on social media that basically are stereotypes. They're literally walking, talking stereotypes, and they always get propped up. They always get keep given opportunities to be seen over and over again. And then these personalities and this music and this movies and this media consistently is installed to influence the younger generations within those ethnic minorities to carry on these stereotypical traditions. Do you get what I'm saying? And it's so mad, it's so insidious, but that's literally what it is like. Do you know what I mean? So, but that was an excellent question. Big up Incog Spectator. Alright, big up AZ says the 304s I've seen fighting the most and hitting men. Bro, like, okay, that's your experience, bro. Like, that's your experience. And like, but okay, wherever you live or wherever you're at is not the whole world. You do realize that. Like, this is big. Like, you may live, okay, if you're a guy, yeah, and you live in the hood, yeah, so predominantly you're surrounded around hood ratchet women, yeah, then obviously your perception is going to be like, oh, these women are hood and ratchet. But if you come out of that environment, you may see women that are quote unquote from that community but act different. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, this is what I'm trying to say to you. Like, you want to just blanket the whole community as they are this, when that's not necessarily true. That's not necessarily true, bro. Like, it's just not necessarily true, bro. Like, so I don't really understand like where you're going with this. If that's what you believe and that's your experience, I would say maybe broaden your horizons. Maybe get out of that corner that you live in, because I'm sure you haven't seen everywhere. You haven't. I don't even need to guess. You haven't. Simple as that. Simple as that, fam. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Uh, if you haven't done so, please like the video. Let's get likes up on this video. Let's do it right now. Let's not waste any time. I do honestly believe that a lot of black guys, obviously not all, but a lot of black guys will drop their standards when they want to do interracial. I'm just going to be honest with you. Yeah. I think a lot of black guys, they'll drop their standards when they want to do interracial, bro. Nah, and I find that to be very, very embarrassing, to be honest. All right. AZ on his campaign, yeah. The super chat again. He says, since it's just my experience, name a white Christian rock. Bro, that means nothing, bro. That literally means nothing. Like, I don't need to name a white Christian rock. That doesn't prove anything. Like, again, you got to understand there is social engineering and there's media. So if the people who control the social engineering and the media want to continuously uh, put certain stereotypes in the faces of the population, of course they're gonna have loads of Christian rock examples out there or sexy red examples out there, because that's what they want. They want everybody in that community to look at that as popular, as cool, as what you should be acting like. And really and truly, this is why it's very dangerous to idol worship celebrities or look up to influencers or stuff like that, because there's always an agenda. And it's not, I don't think it's a coincidence that they put all of these kind of Christian rock, sexy red kind of personalities in front of everybody's faces. I don't think that it's a coincidence. I think it's on purpose. I think that is social engineering, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, you're not understanding the intricacies of this thing. You're just looking at it on face value and being like, oh yeah, see, there's sexy red there, there's Christian rock there, so that means all this whole demographic are XYZ. No, that's not true, bro. Like, what do you mean? Again, if the people at the people who are pulling the strings, they want a certain demographic of people to continue to, hurt themselves, and they know that if they can put certain types of people from that community on TV consistently and keep showing these examples, bro, they're gonna keep pushing those images out there, bro. And now you said that this is delusion. How is that delusion? Because you can't reply to what I'm saying. So the next thing is delusion. What is delusion about what I'm saying? In the chat, everybody that understands what I'm saying, please press 1 in the chat, bro. I'm the least delusional guy that you've ever come across, bro. I studied psychology, I studied sociology, I've lived in the black community most of my life, I've lived in white communities, I've dated black women in the UK and America, I've dated American black girls, I've dated UK black girls, I've dated Eastern European girls. Like, bro, like, you're not talking to someone that hasn't done this thing. I've probably done this thing more than you, bro. Like, so you can say what you can. The fact you're calling me delusional is a joke. I'm just being real. This is actually that's comedy, bro. It's comedy. Yeah, but I mean, you're entitled to your opinion, bro. Like, you're not really understanding what social engineering is. You're not understanding that. You're not understanding that as black people, most people are against us. You're not understanding that, bro. Like, you're not understanding how the media is used against black people. You're not really understanding that. And what you've just said in this super chat just perfectly shows that you don't understand social engineering. So as put, these 304s are famous through social media. How is someone putting them in front of us? Bro, you do realize there's a lot of people that try to get famous on social media, but they don't get anywhere. You do realize that. There's loads of people that try to show good examples of black people, and they don't get anywhere. They don't get pushed. They don't get put on VH1. They don't get put in front of mainstream TV shows and stuff like that. They don't get deals from all these brands to carry on acting degenerate. They don't get all these deals, bro. No, all these celebrities, yeah, they are hand picked, bro. They are hand picked because maybe they're very animated. They're ready and willing to do whatever it takes to be seen. Like, you're not understanding, bro. You don't understand. You're just stuck on, oh, these women are no good, bro. Like, you're not really understand. You're not grasping the intricacies of this thing. But it's okay, bro. Like, because at the end of the day, you're saying these things, and there's people that may have had that kind of mindset that are now listening to what I'm saying, and now they're getting a better understanding. So it's all good, bro. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good, man. Big up to Jaden Dixon for the super chat. He says, "Trust me, as a light skinned guy, bad women every race. Yeah, you will meet bad women of every race, bro. Like, there's no race that you're gonna escape 100%. It don't exist, fam. It doesn't exist, fam." Oh yeah, I'm just gonna date these girls, and my life is gonna be perfect. Like, bro, you ain't really been outside. You ain't been active, bro. You don't know. You don't really know. Right, instead of thinking about what color a woman is, worry about the content of her character, bruv. Worry about her moral compass. Worry about, does she genuinely like you and care about you? That's what you need to worry about. You getting stuck on what Krishan Rock or Sexy Red is doing is absolutely ridiculous, bro. You need to worry about the content of their character and their personality, and what do they find important, and that's what you need to worry about. You're worrying about the wrong things, bro. I'm not talking against interracial dating. I'm not talking for it. I just want to get you lot's opinions, really. And I'm just relaying the knowledge that I've gained throughout my life. Do you get what I'm saying? Um, so yeah, I think I think that a lot of times I'll see a lot of black guys drop their standards when they want to do interracial dating, and a lot of times that's because they can't actually get the quality that they were looking for in another community. They can't quite get that quality of woman. They just can't. Do you get what I'm saying? And so they're just like, oh well, I'll deal with this one. She's not all that. She's not that great, but I'll deal with her. And I think that's, it's kind of like scraping the bottom of the barrel of other communities, and I think that's kind of embarrassing, to be honest. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I think it's a bit embarrassing, but to each his own. Everybody's got to breathe through their own nose. Um, yeah. Someone said culture is a big factor. No matter how attractive she may be, eventually cultural differences cause tension further down the line. Yeah, that's funny because one of my mates was saying that to me as well. He say the other day we was talking about it, and he was saying, "Oh yeah, we like women of all different nationalities and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, culture can potentially be a make or break, because when you're dealing with a woman who doesn't understand your culture, completely polar opposite, when it's time for you lot to do family, family functions, events, etc., etc., there may be some, conflict there, because they don't have an understanding of what you're doing, and they may not be open to getting involved with your culture. So if you're dating that person, when it's just you and them, everything's easy because you make the subtle compromises. You make those subtle compromises, and at the same time understand each other's boundaries, or understand each other's requirements or whatever. But then when it comes to them interacting with your family and you interacting with their family, now there can be like a big conflict. Do you get what I'm saying? So that is an issue. That could be potentially be a huge issue, especially if you have children with that person. That could be oh my god, that could be a really, really bad situation. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Because then, your parents could be, kind of upset that, your partner is not interested in getting to know them or getting to know their culture, which is essentially your culture, and then maybe keeping grandchildren away from that side of their heritage. And that could be really bad, because then you'll start looking at your partner different. Like, hold on, wait, so you want our child to only know your side of their heritage, and my side is irrelevant, my side doesn't matter. Like, I think that happens a lot. I think that happens a lot behind closed doors. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's definitely something to bear in mind. And my counteraction for that would be, when you're selecting somebody that you're gonna be with on a serious level, um, you need to really understand their psychology and how they view your culture. You know, not just do they find you attractive and they like sleeping with you. You need to get a good understanding of how they view your culture. Did they look at it as beneath them? Are they just not interested? Are they not very narrow-minded? Are they not ready and willing to, gain knowledge and be involved? Do you know what I mean? Are they willing to be involved and be involved with your family and, stuff like that? Because if they're not, then you know that there's nothing long term there. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is just gonna be a short term thing. You definitely don't want to have kids with them, because I would expect that every person, especially us guys, you would want your children to know your heritage. Do you get what I'm saying? Because it's important. They should know where they come from. You know where you come from. They should know where their father comes from, just the same way they know where their mother comes from, and get an understanding of those cultures. Do you get what I'm saying? I think that's important. So that's something that I think a lot of guys don't really think about till it's too late. I think, especially black guys, because I'm a black guy, so I want to talk about it from my point of view. Um, I think a lot of black guys don't really deep it too heavy, because they're so like in lust. Do you get what I'm saying? Because it's all about, oh, I find her attractive, she's hot, oh, I like sleeping with her, blah blah blah. So they're not really thinking about the potential long term issues that could arise if you're dealing with a woman outside your community that doesn't really respect your community. That's a very important thing. Do you get what I'm saying? So yeah. Um, yeah, that was very serious. Hey yo, let's get the likes up. All right, we got Az has got another super chat here. He says, "Women from our community initiate the most divorces." I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's true, bro. They are the most single moms and they are least married. All of that is backed by stats. So that's social engineering. Yes, it is social engineering, bro. You're not understanding. Social engineering is the foundation of the effects. You are talking about the effects, and you're talking about this. You're looking at the statistics of the effects, but there has to be a trigger to get those responses, bro. You're really trying to like test me on this thing, but you're not gonna win, bro, because I know exactly what I'm saying, bro. I know exactly what I'm saying, bro. Yeah. The fact that you said, so that is social engineering, trying to be sarcastic at the end, you literally just answered your own question, bro. That's the whole point of social engineering, to get a desired result. And the results are the single mother, the issue of a lot of single mothers, the issue of being least married, and the breakdown of the family. And when the family's broken down, everybody's more susceptible to be influenced by the media, and more susceptible to be controlled by whatever the powers that be want to do with them and stuff like that. Because at the end of the day, the strongest thing, the strongest element in this life is the family, bro. The man, the father, the mother, and the child. That is the most strongest team in that you can have, right? If you break that up, right? So now you've got men that are just wandering around doing their own thing, and then they're sleeping with the women, but the men and the women can't get along. Maybe the woman has been socially engineered to feel she doesn't need the man, and that she, it wants to emasculate him, etc., etc. So now you've got these women that have children without no man in the home. Those children grow up to believe either the matriarchy is what is right, or they just believe they don't need to no man. You get what I'm saying? So you got these effeminized boys because they've only grown up with their mum. They haven't learned core principles from their fathers on how to be a man, grow up into being a man. And then you have these daughters that have, all they've seen is their mum struggle on their own. And then they just believe that, oh, you know what? My dad wasn't there. They've got daddy issues now. And then they've been taught by their mums many times, not every time, but many times that men are untrustworthy, they're unreliable, and you need to just be independent and you don't need a man. That's social engineering, bro. And then to top it off, then they go and put Krishan Rock all over the TV. They put Sexy Red all over the TV. So, bro, so now these kids that don't have the father in the home is watching TV, movies, listening to music, which is conditioning them to be more degenerative. That's how the social engineering works, my bro. Press one in the chat if you get what I'm saying, bro. That you can't. There's no argument to this. It's all by design. There's no argument to this, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? Big up to Arthur Baker. Hold on. Big up to Arthur Baker for the super chat. He says, I think it's a little ridiculous. It's a little ridiculously that people who grew up in a non-black country, the West, get judged for interracial dating. Most likely, you're going to be attracted to multiple races. It's what we've seen since birth. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And really and truly, it's going to be black guys that are going to get the most scrutiny for doing interracial dating. Yeah. I don't think that black women don't get, no, it's not, I don't think black women don't face no backlash for doing interracial dating. They get zero. In fact, they get encouragement. Yeah. Like black women will always champion and praise black women when they go and date out. They always get that. Do you get what I'm saying? But them same black women who will, high five the black women that date interracial, they will tend to be the ones that will turn around and they will not be happy with black men doing interracial dating. Now they will have their reasons why they do that and why they think that's fair, but on face value, it's unfair. Do you get what I'm saying? It's hypocrisy. Do you get what I'm saying? Then white men have always been doing interracial dating. White men do not care. Do you get what I'm saying? Like white men will go all the way across the world to East Asia to date Asian women, and Asian women love dating white men. Do you get what I'm saying? Like white men don't get backlash from white women. Oh yeah. I'm actually, do you know what? They probably do get a little bit of pushback for doing that, but not to they're not gonna never face as much backlash as black men do for doing interracial dating, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, then non-black men, they'll be upset with black men for dating their quote unquote their women and stuff like that. So yeah, man. Yeah, in my opinion, it's only black men that really face any kind of uh pushback for doing interracial. Do you get what I'm saying? Um, let's continue to get likes up on the video. If you haven't liked the video yet, please like it now. Yeah, much appreciated. All right, Incog Spectator says, stop watching the hub. Y'all are made because you can't have the lady clapping her cheeks together. That's why you can't stop complaining about them. Ooh. That's what I said. Like, bro, um, corn is not real, bro. It's not an accurate representation of the real world. Yeah. Um, it's just not real. It's just not real, bro. It's just not real. Even the way that they're doing it is not even real. Do you get what I'm saying? And I know people from the industry, bro, and they will tell you it's not real. It's not real. Um, it's just made to look a certain way. Obviously, the actual physical action of the willy going in the box is real, but like that's not how people really have intercourse in real life. It's not real, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? So yeah, that's always something to always remember. Um, and it does warp your perception of dating and the dynamics between men and women. It's just a joke, really. It's a joke. It's a joke. It's actually a joke, man. Big up to Tyrone in the chat. But yeah, man. I'll just say this: like, go where you're appreciated. Go where it makes sense for you. Go where you can find peace. Go where you can find somebody that relates to you, that respects you. Whether it's in your community, outside your community. Um, it's very important. Like I honestly think that the majority of people are gonna date within their group. They're gonna stick to their own group. The majority of people. Um, I think that it's not the best thing to go and scrape the bottom of the barrel of another community. I think that's embarrassing. But if you do find somebody from another community and they're good to you and you like each other, then no one should be judging you. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it is your life. I think life is short as well. You got one life, one chance at this. You can't live your life based on the opinions of other people, especially strangers. uh you just you just got to live your life to the fullest and try to make the most of it, and then yeah, and then live with no regrets, bro. Because this is the thing with all the people that have a problem with, oh yeah, you're doing this, you're doing that, and this is my opinion on it, bro. Like, at the end of the day, these people are not paying your bills, they're not feeding you, they're not putting a roof over your head, and they're not sleeping with you. So really and truly, their opinion means next to nothing. You know what I'm saying? It means next to nothing, bruv. So yeah, like, live your life to the fullest, bro. Don't let random strangers on the internet dictate to you how you live your life. You're not hurting nobody. You know that you're genuine. The person that you're with is genuine. Don't let no one do, and don't let other people's experiences, limit you as well. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, because sometimes people can have a skewered view as well. They can have a skewered view of the world, whether they're talking about their own community and they have some kind of, like, I don't know, just they have a really poor idea of people in their own community, or whatever. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, just, again, I think the safest thing is to treat people as an individual. um then if you do see red flags, if you do see things that you don't like, then step away. Simple as that. Do you get what I'm saying? Sometimes you can meet some people and they can surprise you, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? They can actually surprise you. So that's something to think about. Big up Incog Spectator. Again, he says, These mofos are way too depressing. I literally joined the Marines back, came back, and Marth Effer's still crying about what the 304 is doing. Why? Go watch a movie. This is what I'm saying. Like, I don't like. I try not to get too stuck on what, like, dumb people are doing, like, or what they say. I don't really get stuck on it too much. Do you get what I'm saying? Like the previous super chatter, he was asking about Krishan Rock and all these people, and like, bro, like I don't even see those people because I'm not interested. Do you get what I'm saying? I don't care what they're doing. I don't care how silly they're acting on social media. What I do care about is how that is being used to socially engineer, and that's what I do care about. I do have a interest in understanding how these personalities are used to basically brainwash certain demographics. So yeah, man. Yep, that's what it is. That's what it is, bro. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, listen, I hope you lot enjoyed this live stream, and please let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. Um, got more live streams on the way. I think this has been a very successful live stream. It's pretty late over here in the UK. So everybody watching, everybody in the chat, please shout out where you're listening from around the world. I know I've got a lot of Americans watching, Canadians watching. I got my Africans watching, my Caribbeans watching. Got people in Europe watching, people in the Far East watching. I got people watching from all corners of the globe, bro. And I'm really appreciative of all the people that come and watch my live stream. It means a lot. Do you get what I'm saying? Big up to Az again for another super chat. He says, we can agree to disagree, but I found that when it comes to people judging interracial dating, just pointing out their hypocrisy usually ends the conversation quickly. Now I feel you. Look, I don't mind you not agreeing with me. I just like that. I just like to always keep a disagreement logical and not really emotion based. Do you get what I'm saying? I think that you aired your opinions, and everybody's entitled to their opinion. Like, do you know what I mean? But I will say this: I think that the aspect of social engineering and how these media personalities are used against people from especially the black community. I think that's something you really need to think about, and yeah, that might help you to see where I'm coming from. Do you get what I'm saying? You may still disagree at the end of the day, which is fine, but yeah, it's always good to try and understand the other person's point of view at the same time, because I understand your point of view. I understand where you're coming from. Do you get what I'm saying? So yeah. Um, but yeah, again, if any of you haven't hit the like button on this video yet, please like the video now. Please do it right now. And keep shouting out where you're listening from around the world. All right. I see H-Town, Houston. I see London, Toronto. Yeah, keep shouting out where you're listening from, bro. Or sis. Currently listening for Colombia. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah, that's dope, man. That's dope. These trolls are so weird, bro. Like, they come in with these weird messages, bro. But what I've realized is, like, doing these streams, it's like, it's more pushed out to all different types of people. That's why so many trolls come in and say weird stuff. But it's all good. But I'm gonna end this live stream here. You know, please like the video. Everybody like the video and leave a comment. Let me know if you agree or disagree with interracial, yeah? Let me know. Anyway, with that being said, I'm done. Take care.